We are reading from the Arabian Nights, 1001 Nights. We had read night 316 and we're now going to read night 317. It seems like we were worried about this guy falling asleep or something. The morning now dawned. Scheherazade broke off what she was allowed to say when it was the 317th night. She continued, I have heard, O fortunate king, that while he lay asleep, my goodness, so Ali Shah has fallen asleep. A thief who had come out that night into the outskirts of the city in order to steal something was led by fate to pass beneath Rashid al-Din's mansion. He circled round it but could not find no way to climb into it, and in his circuit he came to the bench where he found Ali Shah asleep. He took his turban, and after that, before he knew what was happening, Zumurrud looked out, and seeing him standing there in the darkness, thought that he was her master. Oh no! She whistled, and he whistled back, after which she let herself down on her rope, taking with her a pair of saddlebags filled with gold. When the thief thought this, he said to himself, this is a wonderful thing, for which there must be some remarkable cause. This is quite a story maker, this woman. Whoever Scheherazade, what a genius. She took up the saddlebags. He took up the saddlebags and hoisted Zumurrud over his shoulder and set off with his booty like a flash of lightning. Zumurrud said, the old woman told me that my loss had made you weak, but here you are, stronger than a horse. When he made no reply, she felt his face and discovered a beard like a bath brush, as though a pig had swallowed feathers, whose down had sprouted out through its throat. In her alarm, she said, who are you? For he answered, I am the jawan, the Kurd. Jawan the Kurd, the cunning one, Ahmed al-Danaf's gang. I didn't know if they were against Kurds, if they were derogatory. Who knows? Maybe just him. There are 40 of us, and tonight we shall all bang away at your womb from evening till morn. When Zumurrud heard this, she burst into tears and struck her face. But she realized that fate had overpowered her, and there was nothing she could do except to entrust herself to Almighty God. She submitted to the decree of God, exclaiming, there is no God but God. Ilah, ilah, utba, ilah, Allah. As soon as I escape from one predicament, I fall into another that is greater. The reason why Jawan had gone there was that he had told Ahmad al-Danaf that he had been to Baghdad before and knew of a cave outside the city which was big enough to hold 40 men. Do you remember about the Ali Baba and the 40 thieves? We don't know very many of the Arabian Nights stories. He knew of a cave outside Baghdad. He added, I propose to go on ahead of you and bring my mother to the cave. Then I shall go back to the city and steal something there to bring you luck and keep it for you until you come. This will be your guest offering from me. Do as you want, said Ahmad. And so the Kurd went on before them and got there first. After he had installed his mother in the cave, he went out and, on finding a soldier sleeping with his horse tethered beside him, he cut the man's throat and took his clothes, his horse, and his weapons, which he hid away with his mother in the cave, where he tied the horse. It was after this that he went to Baghdad and walked through the streets until he reached Rashid al-Din's house, where, as has already been told, he took Ali Shah's turban and made off with Zumurrud, his slave girl. Did you think he was his slave girl or his wife?
Whose wife?
Zumurrud, his
Why?
slave girl. He ran off carrying Zumurrud until he brought her to his mother, whom he told to watch over her until he could come back in the early morning. Then he left.
Except he was his father.
His mother, maybe that's better than all the thieves. So anyway, so Ali Shar had gone to the house where Zumurrud had been stolen, and he fell asleep, and the thief came instead and took her. That's what happened in night 317. We were reading and quite a bit about Zumurrud the silk maker, the beautiful silk maker, silk pattern designer. She has a website, Zumurrud. She's like the star. Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about what'll happen to her. I think I'll have to read Night 318.